First, I will show you the application, then I will show you the implementation. The box with the border is the template canvas. 50 is the number of template instances to create dynamically and display. 15 is the number of template instances to display per row. I'm going to press the button here. Each template displays a random image, and each image uses a random color called a tint. You can see the scroll bars here that are used to show all templates. We can turn the tint off with this checkbox. The template canvas has a property called templates. This property is a data set, and each row holds configuration for a template instance. The templates property is what is used to create the template instances. I have a button over here that will show the templates property for this template canvas. You can see that there's 5 rows for 5 templates. Item here is the name of the template that's used to create the template instances. We could have other templates in here, but we're just using one template, item, that's creating 5 template instances. Parameters are information that is passed into a template instance. You can see that for each row, an image path is passed in, and a random tint color, and whether or not to use the tint filter. I'm going to show you the implementation now. Most of the functionality in this application is implemented in a Python script on this button. So we'll take a look at that. Alright, so first we import a function called randRange, which is used to generate random numbers. Second, we have an image paths variable that holds a Python list. Each item of the list contains image information, image path, width of the image, and height of an image. These image paths are paths to images that exist in Ignition by default. There's a lot of image information. In this line, we get the number of items or template instances to display, and this is from the numeric text field. Then we get the number of items per row, we get whether or not to use the tint filter, and then we get a hold of the template canvas, and then we set something called layout constraints. Let me show you that. Got the template canvas selected, and it has a property called layout constraints. And this property holds information that is the overall layout configuration for the template instance, or excuse me, for the template canvas. In 0, that's insets 0, so that means that there's going to be no padding around the template canvas. Fill, we're going to fill this with rows and columns. Wrap 20, this is what we care about. This is how many template instances to show before we wrap to the next row. So this is basically how many instances to display per row. And this 20, if I press the update canvas button, then the 20 here would be replaced with a 15. And that is what this part of the script is doing, is it's setting the layout constraints. Specifically, it's setting how many template instances to display by row, per row. Alright, so next we have a loop, and we're going to loop the same number of times that's equal to the number of items or number of template instances that we want to display. Here we are going to generate the rows of template instance information. So first we get a random image, we get the layout, we generate a random color, and then we set the parameters for a row. And then, so here we have a row, we'll have the template, which is the name of the template that's used to create the template instance, the layout, and parameters. Parameters are the information passed into a template instance that the template instance uses to make it unique or to make it represent a specific thing. In our case, a template instance represents a random image using a random color. And so we build this list of rows. So we have rows here, and here we're adding a row to the list of rows. So once we have our rows, we convert our rows into a data set, and that's what these lines are here. And that's all that this script does. This is a pretty short script, but it does most of the functionality of the application. Actually, the template canvas does a lot of work, and so that enables us to only have to write a short script. All right, so let's look at the item template. This is the template that is used to create the instances. You can see there's this template parameters, the data that gets passed into it. And inside the template is only one thing, an image component. And you can see that the image path is bound to the template parameter, and these two, whether or not to use the tint filter and the tint color, are also bound to the template parameters. And that's it.